up, Warlord Squad? My name is Anime Warlord, and welcome back to the channel. 3 years ago, on March the 13th of 2021, I showcased you guys my autograph collection. We are now in September 2024, and the collection has gotten so much better. I have added some new names. Some of you guys are going to see some autographs that you're already familiar with. And I am just extremely proud of myself because I'm not entirely too sure if I mentioned this in any of my previous videos or my first autograph collection video, but I will say it again anyways. I have gotten my interest in collecting autographs from my late Uncle Gav. I started collecting autographs when I was 21 years old back in 2018, and that was when I went to Shang Tsung's Fight Night. And that's when I got the autographs of a few Mortal Kombat actors. And ever since 2018, I've been collecting autographs. So 6 years of my life, I've been collecting autographs. And I'm never going to stop because collecting autographs is so much fun. And one of the best things about collecting autographs is not only the signatures that you can get from the people that you've met at various events, but it's the stories that come along with each individual autograph. So, without any further ado, I hope you guys enjoy my autograph collection for 2024. Alright guys, kicking things off for the autographs is one of 4 autographs that I got at Fan Expo this year. This is Matthew Lillard, and I waited in line to meet this guy for like about 5 hours, but it was totally worth the wait. I did not want to lose my spot in line. I basically got there early. I waited with a bunch of people waiting to meet Matthew Lillard as well. And he's a really, really sweet guy, really great hugger. And as we were all waiting for Matthew Lillard, he gave each individual person who was standing in line a high five, myself included. And when I finally got up to Matthew Lillard, I gave him my Shaggy Rogers impression. I said, "What, dude? It's awesome to finally meet you." And he says to me, "Alex, are you trying to take my job?" He's really funny as well. And he signs on here, since I wanted his autograph as William Afton from the FNAF movie. He says, "Alex, I always come back, Matthew Lillard." What a really great guy, and I'm still starstruck about meeting Matthew Lillard to this very day. Alright guys, here is the next autograph that I got at Fan Expo. This is from the one and only Peter Cullen, the voice of Optimus Prime himself. And I kid you not, this is a true story. Alright, so I saw that Peter Cullen was going to be at Collecticon in it was either Kansas or Texas. I don't know, I can't remember, but I do know it was somewhere else in the United States for Collecticon. And I said, well, I guess I'm going to have to probably like wait another year or just basically hope that Peter Cullen is going to be at Fan Expo one way or another. And then Fan Expo updated their guest page once again because they update it whenever they have new guests that just basically gave them the A-OK that they're going to be there. So Peter Cullen was among those guests, and Frank Welker too. I'm like, oh my God, just my luck. So I finally got a chance to meet Peter Cullen. He was a really sweet guy, and I gave him my Optimus impression, and he was very impressed with my, excuse me, I'm getting tongue-tied. He was very impressed with my Optimus Prime impression, and he just basically said, "Now, Alex, enjoy your con and roll out." You guys already knew this was coming next. This is the autograph from Frank Welker, because I wanted to get his autograph as Soundwave, but I didn't see any Soundwave pictures, which was a shame. But on the upside, at least I got both leaders respectively. Leader of the Autobots, Optimus Prime, and leader of the Decepticons, Megatron. And I actually gave Frank Welker a Soundwave impression, and he nearly fell out of his chair in surprise. And he just basically said to me, "That is impressive, but keep this in mind." And I said, "What's that, Frank?" And he said, "There can only be one Soundwave." Oh, man. And finally, the last autograph that I got from Fan Expo this year is the one and only Maurice LaMarche. As you guys already know, I met Rob Paulson over 2 years ago, and I just basically said to myself, okay, I know I said before that Frank Welker was going to be my last autograph for Fan Expo, but honestly, if you met Pinky 2 years ago, you've got to get the brain, man. So when I went up there, once again, just like Peter Cullen, Frank Welker, and Matthew Lillard, he was a really sweet guy, and I showed him my Pinky in the Brain wallet, and he called over Rob Paulson because Rob Paulson was also a guest there, And he remembered me after these 2 years went by. He just goes like, "Oh, it's nice to see you again, Alex." Narf. And I said, "Nice to see you again too, Rob." And Maurice signs on his autograph, "Alex, are you pondering what I'm pondering? The brain, Maurice LaMarche." And then when he delivered the line, "Are you pondering what I'm pondering?" And I said, "I think so, brain, but my brain does not comprehend it." Narf. Here is my autograph from the one and only Rob Paulson. It was really, really awesome meeting him at C2E2 2 years ago, and I'm glad that he still remembered me when I reunited with him at Fan Expo while meeting Maurice LaMarche. And when I met him at C2E2, I kid you not, I could not decide what the fuck I wanted signed because there were so many great characters. And he just basically said, "Alex, might I make a suggestion? How about a collage of some of my most famous roles?" And I said, "All right, bet, that sounds good." And he signs on his autograph, "Hello, Alex, Narf, and Friendship, Rob Paulson." All right, next up, we got a bunch of small autographs. We have a well-known anime director. This is Shinichiro Watanabe. He signed to Alex, Shinichiro Watanabe. Here is Barry Yandel. Greg Ayers. I really enjoyed meeting this guy. Definitely want to meet him again someday. Tyler Walker, Jay Hickman, and finally, Morgan Berry. Next up is an autograph from the one and only Dan Green. He was at C2E2 this year, and I'm still getting chills just holding it. So, I kid you not, here's another true story. When I was looking at C2E2's guests, I said, "Wow, there's a lot of cool guests this year, but it looks like I'm going to have to wait until October for Collecticon to meet Dan Green and Eric Stewart." So I kid you not, they updated their guests on their Instagram, I believe, a couple of hours ago. And then next thing I know, they dropped Dan Green, Eric Stewart, Tara Strong, etc., etc., etc. I'm like, "Oh my God, Dan Green's going to be at C2E2? Ah!" Seriously, I was like a kid in the candy store when I found out that Dan Green was going to be at C2E2. And when I finally met the guy, I was in tears. Tears! Because I have waited so long to meet this guy. Because as you guys already know the story of like when I was a kid, I've always wanted to meet Dan Green and Eric Stewart because as you guys know, I grew up on Yu-Gi-Oh! And when I finally got that chance, it was just a dream come true. I met two of my biggest childhood heroes, if not my biggest childhood heroes, at C2E2. And it still feels good to this day that I met them and I have their autographs in my collection. Forever, son! Forever, son! Forever, son! And Dan signs on his autograph, "To Alex, it's time to duel! Dan, the king of games, Green." All right, and the next autograph is from the one and only Tara Strong. And I would have gotten a quote on this Ben 10 autograph, but unfortunately I didn't have enough money for a quote because you had to pay a little bit extra for a quote, but that's okay. I still enjoyed meeting Tara Strong, and she was still just as sweet. And she just basically signs on here, "To Alex, hugs and kisses, Tara Strong, Ben 10. Next up, we have Cindy Robinson, the current voice of Amy Rose in Sonic the Hedgehog. And she signs on this autograph, "To Alex, find Sonic for me, Cindy Robinson, Amy Rose." And I just basically asked her if she's a really big fan of the Son Amy shipping, and she says, "Yes, Son Amy for life." And I said, "Can I give you a hug after that?" And she says, "Absolutely." So me and Cindy Robinson exchanged a hug, and she was really... Next up, we got an autograph from the one and only Steve Bloom, and I really enjoyed meeting this guy. You know what? As a matter of fact, I really enjoyed meeting all of these celebrities. I'll keep it short and precise with you guys. I really enjoyed meeting all of these celebrities. And I really wanted to get his autograph as Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop, but sadly, they were all sold out by the time I got up there. I'm like, damn. So I went with one of my other favorite characters, and that was Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat X. And Steve signs, "Alex, feel the chill of despair. Sub-Zero, Steve Bloom." Yeah, man. Absolutely fantastic. I hope to meet Steve Bloom again someday. He's really sweet. Next up, I have an autograph from the Nostalgia Critic, Doug Walker, and he signs on here, "To Alex, rock on, Doug Walker." I also want to get some other autographs from the other members of Channel Awesome because they're really sweet, very friendly, and very, very sociable. I remember this year at C2E2, I was actually hanging out with Malcolm Ray a little bit because he was at the little setup where Galloping Ghost had some of their games set up, and we just basically hung out, we talked, and he's a really cool guy, just like Doug Walker's a really cool guy. Hell, the whole entire cast of Channel Awesome is really cool. Next up is an autograph from Allison Leigh Rosenfeld, and she is one of the current voice actors who voiced Nurse Joy in the new Pokemon series. Well, it's not new, but one of the new series that came out after the original series that aired in 1997. So she signs on here, Alex, I'm happy to say your Pokemon are just fine. Nurse Joy, love, Allison Leigh Rosenfeld. Okay, guys, before I showcase any more autographs, I'm going to get myself something to eat because honestly, I'm getting pretty damn hungry while recording this video. But don't worry, you guys, it won't be long. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, I'm back, and the next autograph that I got is from the one and only George Takei, and I also got an autograph from George Takei's husband, Brad. And on George Takei's side, he signed to Alex Peace and Happiness, George Takei. And on Brad's side, he signed to Alex Love, Brad Takei. This was my first time at C2E2, and George Takei and Brad Takei were really, really nice. And as you guys know, the story is I gave George an oh my before I left, and he just basically replies, well, Alex, that's a good oh my, but you need to work on it. Live long and prosper, y'all. Live long and prosper. And this photo was from their Pride Month photo from 2018, they said, and they look extremely adorable. I love them both. The next autograph is from Kiba Walker, and he signs to Alex, Kiba Walker, Cider House. He did an amazing job voicing Cider House in My Hero Academia, and that's one of my favorite voice roles that he's ever done. Next up is an autograph from the legendary Dante Basco, and a lot of people, when they were at Fan Expo 2023, they either wanted his autograph as either Zuko or Rufio, but I wanted to get his autograph as one of the best underrated gems of the 2000s, and that was American Dragon Jake Long. And he signs on here, Alex, Dragon Up, Jake Long, Dante Basco. And I asked him, what was it like working with Robin Williams? Because as you guys know, he appeared in the 1991 cult classic film Hook. And he said to me, Alex, working with Robin Williams was like a dream come true. He was one of the nicest guys in the world. My only job was to keep a straight face because he was so goddamn funny. And I still miss my friend to this very day. He actually started to cry at the end of our conversation. And I said, you need a hug, man? So I gave Dante Basco a hug, and with that wholesome interaction with Dante Basco meeting me, his fiance actually started to cry. And I just basically said, don't worry, you're next. And I said, do you guys feel better? And Dante and his fiance said, yeah, we feel much better. Thank you for the hug. And I said, you're very welcome anytime. And before I left the line, the coolest thing happened. Dante Basco says, Alex, wait a minute. Before you go, I have something to give you. And I said, what's that? And then Dante Basco said to all the fans waiting in line, waiting to meet him, just basically shouted, Bangarang for Alex! And then all the people who are waiting in line to meet Dante Basco just basically said, Bangarang, Alex! And that made me feel good. I made Dante and his fiance feel good, and I just basically felt like I was in Hook when we all just basically just celebrated with a bangarang. Next up is an autograph from the one and only Chuck Huber, and he signs on here, Alex is a cool human, Chuck Huber, for Android 17. And I still have to get the autograph of Android 18, and then I can complete the set of Android 17 and 18. But anyways, Chuck Huber was extremely friendly, and my good friend, the Metal Maniac, actually got a chance to meet Chuck Huber too. Next up is one of two John Swayze autographs that I have, and this is his autograph as Lord Death from the anime Soul Eater, one of my personal favorite animes of all time, and he signs on here, to Alex, Reaper Chomp, John Swayze, and he actually did the voice as he was signing the autograph. I absolutely loved it, and I loved him. Next up is an autograph from Olivia Swayze, John Swayze's daughter, and she said, when I watch Seven Seeds on Netflix, I will actually get this quote. But honestly, she's really nice, her father's really nice, and the apple hasn't fallen too far from the tree, so it's no surprise that one of John Swayze's offspring has honestly made it as a voice actor too. Next up is the autograph from the one and only Steve Burns of Blue's Clues fame. When I met this guy, just like Dan Green, I was absolutely in tears. he's a very chill, laid-back guy, and I asked him if I could give him a hug because I've always wanted to meet him ever since I watched Blue's Clues during my childhood, and he said, I would have to kindly refuse, and I said, why is that, Steve? And he just basically said, you're a nice guy and all, Alex, but every single time when I hug people, I always wind up getting COVID. And I said, oh, okay, that's no problem. Well, it was nice meeting you, man. Take good care. Enjoy your con. And he said, thanks, you too. And Steve signs on his autograph to Alex. You sure are smart, Steve Byrne. Next is an autograph from Whitney Rogers. I knew good and well that I wanted to get her autograph as Mako because I really loved the Prison School anime, and that is exactly what I got. And she was in character when she was signing her autograph, and she signs on here to Alex, Filthy Four Eyes, and she had her say right there in the speech bubble, it says, twat did you say? I can't hear you, which is crazy. Whitney Rogers was extremely friendly, and I loved how she was in character the whole entire time when she was signing my autograph. And then when I went away, she said, enjoy your con, Filthy Four Eyes. Next up, here is one of two autographs that I got from the legendary Vic Mignogna. This one is Broly, and he signs on here to Alex Vic Mignogna Broly. And when I met Vic Mignogna, he was a very friendly guy, a very great hugger, and he is a great laugher too because I told him a few jokes and his laughter was so contagious that everybody who was waiting in line, who was waiting to get an autograph from him, were laughing too. Alright guys, next up is my OG Mortal Kombat collection so far. This collection is about as flawless as a flawless victory. So first and foremost, we have Chris Alexander who played Johnny Cage, and he signs on this autograph exactly how Johnny Cage himself would sign it. He signed to my greatest fan, Alex J. Cage, Chris Alexander. Next is John Turk, who played Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and various other characters. And he signs, hey Alex, you the man, brother, John Turk. And each Mortal Kombat actor is super duper friendly. Here is Philip Ahn, who played Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat 2. Here's John Parrish, who played Jax. Here is Brian Glynn, who played Shao Kahn. And finally, for the OG Mortal Kombat actors, I have Leah Montalongo. Hope I'm saying that right. I'm sorry. I still have to look at the name because her last name is pretty hard to pronounce. And she signs, Alex, you're Scream-tastic. I absolutely love this, and I hope in the near future to meet more OG Mortal Kombat actors because they're fucking awesome. Okay, here is my second autograph from Vic Mignogna, and this is him with Spirit Albarn, and this is yet again another one of my favorite characters that he has voiced during his career, and Vic Mignogna himself has a pretty damn big resume. He's one of the most well-known voice actors in the entire world, and I am so glad that Vic Mignogna is, making more and more appearances at conventions around the world, and I'm glad that he's finding work as a voice actor once again. And what happened to Vic Mignogna, because if you know, then you know, it was totally fucked beyond belief. The next autograph is from Dorothy Fawn, the wife of Tom Fawn, and she signs on here to Alex Love Dorothy Fawn. I have not seen Love Hina yet, but I have heard really great things about it. I know one of my best friends is really into Love Hina, so I'm looking forward to checking it out someday. Next up is an autograph from Lauren Londa. This is my very first High School DxD autograph, and my good friend, the Anime Warrior, has actually got a chance to meet Lauren Londa because he was at Anime Magic back in August, and I honestly want to go to Anime Magic too because it looks like a really fun time, and she signed on here to Alex, Lauren Londa, Issei, I want your babies. And she said it in Zenovia's voice, and I swear, man, she actually gave me a heart attack because Zenovia is one of my favorite waifus. I was wearing my Rhea shirt when I went to Anime Central for the first time last year, and I just basically told her, Rhea Scremery is my number one waifu, and then she said in Zenovia's voice, she goes now Zenovia is going to be your number one because you met me. The next autograph is from Major Attaway, and he just basically signs on here to Alex. Want to fight? Major Attaway. And I have seen very little of One Piece because, you know, when I was growing up with Toonami, I watched episodes back to 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 back. And so I'm not really caught up. And maybe it'll maybe I'll watch the anime when it ends. I don't know. I have no idea. All right, guys. Our next autograph is the one and only Eric Stewart. I got his autograph as Seto Kaiba, and he says that when he voiced Seto Kaiba, he had a lot of fun with the role, and he said, to be honest with you, Alex, Seto Kaiba is actually my favorite character that I have ever voiced. I said, I don't blame you because you looked like you were having an absolute blast when you were voicing Seto Kaiba. Next is Mokuba Kaiba. Yes, this is an autograph from Terra Sands, and she signs to Alex Love Terra Sands, Mokuba, and Bulbasaur. And now, since I have both of the Kaiba brothers, once again I say I can finally do this shit. Ah, the brothers Kaiba, one in each hand, but even though your autographs are so very close, your souls have never been further apart. At least when I had Mokuba locked up, you were both still living within the same dimension. But now your worlds apart. Take away that empty shell. Teach it to wash dishes or something. I asked Terra Sands, what was your favorite role that you've done in your voice acting career? And she says, honestly, Alex, I can't pick because I voiced so many awesome characters. But if I'm being honest, my favorite character that I've ever voiced was Bulbasaur. I said, I don't blame you because Bulbasaur is one of my favorites. The next autograph is from Quinton Flynn, and I had zero idea that he did voice acting work in My Life as a Teenage Robot. I didn't know he voiced Sheldon, of all people. And I'm just like, holy shit! You were Sheldon in My Life as a Teenage Robot? And he probably said, yes, I was. And he signs on here to Alex, as Jenny called, love Quinton Flynn. All right, guys, the next autograph that I have here in my hands is from the legendary Johnny Young Bosch. And I knew good and well that I wanted to get his autograph as Kaneda from Akira, because for those who are new to my channel, Akira is my favorite anime of all time. And he signs on here to Alex, Tetsuo! Johnny Young Bosch, Kaneda. And needless to say, I was pretty damn lucky with this autograph. How was I lucky? It's because when I met Johnny Young Bosch at C2E2 last year, he said that this was his last Kaneda autograph that he had because they were almost completely sold out. So I got the last one for Saturday, and I thanked my lucky stars. And I said, it was awesome meeting you, man. Enjoy your con. And he said, you too. Yeah, Johnny Young Bosch is a super friendly guy, and I hope for C2E2 2025, I hope Joshua Seth is a guest there because I have to complete this set too, because you can't have Kaneda without Tetsuo. Next up is an autograph from the one and only Tom Fon, and I couldn't decide on what I wanted to get, so just like Rob Paulson, he gave me a collage of all of his well-known characters. And he says right over here, right next to his self-portrait, Alex, cheers to you, Tom Fon. And since the biggest picture on here is Agumon from Digimon, he signed Pepper Brat. So the next one right over here, you guys, is Dwayne Cameron from Power Rangers Operation Overdrive. As you can see, he played the Silver Ranger. And he said, to Alex, kicking in Overdrive, Dwayne Cameron. He was a super duper friendly guy, and I hope to meet more Power Rangers actors in the near future, because so far the best one that I have ever met in regards of meeting the Power Rangers was the one and only Jason David Frank, and on the anniversary of his death there's an Otaku Storytime coming out, so be on the lookout for that. Next up, we have an autograph from Lex Lang, and honestly he actually read my mind because he knew exactly what I wanted when getting an autograph with him as Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star. He signs, to Alex, you're already dead, Lex Lang, Kenshiro. He was a super duper friendly guy, and his wife was also at Anime Central this year. Meeting Lex Lang was awesome. Here is my second autograph from John Swayze, and this is All for One from My Hero Academia. And he said that voicing a villain was honestly the most fun he's ever had when it came to voicing a good guy. And I said, I don't blame you because villains have a little bit more freedom than heroes do. And he signs here, to Alex, where's your smile now? All for One, symbol of evil, John Swayze. All right, guys, I have 2 more autographs left to showcase, and I have 1 more bonus autograph. So technically, I have 47, but This autograph belonged to my uncle, so, you know, I just basically separate my autographs from his. So I have 46 in total for me, and I have 1 for my uncle. Anyways, this one is from Cassandra Lee Morris, who voiced Yubel in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. My only complaint about this autograph is that, as you can see, Yubel has sort of faded, but on the upside, at least the to Alex Cassandra Lee Morris is still visible. All right, guys, I saved my best autograph for last. This is like the real deal. This is like the Hope Diamond, if you will. My last autograph that I have for my collection is the one and only Charles Martinet, the original voice of Mario. Meeting him was an absolute blast. I did my Mario impression for him, and he just basically said, "There can only be one Mario." And I said, "Well, are we going to stop pointing fingers like the Spider-Man meme?" He was amazing, and I thanked him for making my childhood awesome, and just basically everything else in between. He is now retired, but he still makes appearances at fan conventions all over the world, just basically meeting fans and greeting fans, taking pictures with them, and he is an absolute sweet guy. I will never forget his voice roles in various Mario video games. And he signs on here a whole lot of stuff. He signs, "Wahoo! Super Alex, let's go! Superstar, your pal Mario." Charles Martinet. And here is the autograph that I got from my uncle. This is an autograph from guitarist Buddy Guy. My uncle and finally, this is the last autograph that I have in my collection. That is the only one that I have from my uncle, because after he died, a lot of the surviving family members have gotten various stuff from his home, and I got his biggest autograph. This is an autograph from legendary guitarist Buddy Guy. It says right on there, "To Gavin, Buddy Guy, 1995. This is when my father was performing at a Jimi Hendrix competition, and he won. And you can see some photos of my uncle and my father just basically jamming it out on stage. Really, really cool. Well, everybody, that's it. My autograph collection for 2024. I'm not entirely too sure when I'm going to do an updated collection video regarding my autographs, but it'll happen when it happens. Needless to say, not only is collecting autographs really fun, but it also brings me a sense of peace because, like I said before, my Uncle Gavin was a big collector of autographs, and now I'm just basically slowly but surely following in his footsteps. My Uncle Gav passed away when I was 25, going on 26, and with all of the autographs that I have in my collection now, and since I have his biggest autograph, the autograph from Buddy Guy back in 1995, he should be really proud. He should be really damn proud of me right now. All right, you guys, that just about wraps things up for today's video. If you guys liked today's video, give it a like. If you guys have anything to say about today's video, give it a comment. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell for future nerdy videos when they come out. You guys already know who I am. I'm Anime Warlord. Stay nerdy, stay safe out there. Have a great day, have a great evening, whatever your time zone may be. And always remember to take care of yourselves. And I'll see you guys again in the next video. Peace out.